for email marketing, what tool do you use? MailChimp. Okay. So basically, with the blog, you'll be getting more targeted email subscriber that can convert more into customers in long run. Okay, the most important and the crucial point is what kind of content your business blog should have. So since it's not a personal blog, so all the content that is going on your blog should be very highly targeted, should actually convey a message, should always help you to engage with the readers or convert them into something that you want. Probably you want to get feedback from the users, probably you want them to know about your product, or probably you want them to give or probably you just want to tell them how to use your own product. So for example, you are a reseller and many of them don't know how to buy a domain. I mean, if you actually go and look at the go and talk to a normal people, most of the people don't know how to buy a domain or how to buy a hosting, or what's the difference between different types of hosting. So with the blog, you'll be actually educating them, and by the end, you'll be telling them like these are the good places where you can go and buy a hosting. So first thing, it does not matter what business you have. You have to define who all are your target audience, and most important, what kind of problem you are solving with your own product. So I'll actually give you a live demo right now and how we do it. So basically, okay, so I happen to work with many startups, and one of the startup that I am working with, it's called Giveawayly, which is basically a marketplace for bloggers and the advertisers. So let's actually see how we'll be doing the content planning. Don't mind my writing. So it does not matter what niche you are in. If you are selling, if you are a web designer, if you are a reseller, if you have some e-commerce shop, you have to define who is your target audience, who is going to be your demographic. So in this case, this is a product called Giveawayly, which is targeted to two people, bloggers and marketers. So this actually gave me an idea that my content, which I'll be planning for my blog, is going to be for these two people. Now, what kind of content it should be? So now I'll go with the problem part, like what problem I am solving with my product. With my product, bloggers can make money. Get more readership. And for the marketers, it's more branding and social media following. So okay, so once you actually note down these points, like what kind of problems you are solving with your product and what kind of people you are reaching out with your product, then your content planning will be much easier in longer run. And I'll show you how it's going to help you. So now in this case, we know that our target audience are bloggers, marketers, plus we are solving the problem with the make money blogging, with the readership, that will help, my product will help them get more readership. And for the marketer, it's branding and the social media following. So now when so on my blog, I'll be creating more content actually targeting this kind of aspect, how to make money blogging, how to brand yourself, how to get more readership. Now, why and how I would do that I'll explain. So basically, when you create a new product or when you're new in the market, the biggest challenge is to stand out in the market, which is really hard. One easy way to do that, if you actually, if you're new and if you associate yourself with big companies, you're actually doing good in that case. So how I'll be helping here? So first, on my blog, I'll be creating a blog, let's say something like how to make money blogging. In that case, I'll list down, let's say 10 points, and for my product will be one of those points. Since it's new, it actually solves that problem, it will mix up with that. So in your case, let's say in your web hosting business, those who are resellers, if you create a content like top 5 web hosting from India, so you actually list down 4 and list yourself, that would make more sense because you're actually doing that, you're solving that problem. When you're creating a blog, the very first 2 days, the content planning, the planning part and the setup part is the most crucial. Once you have done that, after that, it's all easy. It's all just a matter of the time that your blog will grow and you'll get more traffic. One of the important thing is you need to set down your categories. What kind of categories? Actually find your competitors' keyword and how you can target them on your blog. Okay, so what type of content you will be writing on your business blog? It can't be, as we talked about, it's not personal blog, it has to be more targeted. So very first thing we'll be doing the viral content. Now viral content could be of any type. Apart from that, you will be covering all your company announcement, all your, and most importantly, you'll be talking about your company culture, like what kind of things are happening in your company. If you are celebrating somebody's birthday, or if you're having if you're partying out with your friends, you actually talk about this on your blogs, because that actually reflects your company culture. So whatever changes you make in your company, you actually talk about this on your blog. Another good way is you interview industry leaders, and that will actually help you to gain more readers from those leaders, because basically when you interview industry leaders, they share those articles with their readers on their social media platform. Another important aspect is case studies. Since you are a product owner and you are selling something, the kind of data you have, nobody has it. And those are the most valuable data that no one can have. So case studies are very useful for your blog. Tutorial guides and how-tos is the same thing, like how to use your product. Basically, you educate users about how they will be using your product. And videos. So videos, basically, YouTube is the best place where you can create video content for your own blog and then publish it on your blog. And on YouTube, you get more search engine visibility. What kind of content is called as a quality content? I mean, there are like, anybody could write about what is web hosting, but what will make your content stand out? See, the very first thing, whenever you're writing a content, the first thing that you have to think that somebody is sitting on that chair, that empty chair, and you have to make him understand whatever you're writing, whatever you are telling, you're writing for just one person. You're not writing for the masses, because at one time there is just one person who's reading your blog. It's not everyone. Second, your content formatting should be very good. It should not, it should be scannable. Like you have to use headings, H1, H2, H3. You have to use proper heading, use bullet points, use italics wherever required. And most important, use images. Images speaks 1,000 words. One image will actually represent all your viewpoint, and that helps a lot. Now, so even if you have done all the content planning, and where would you do? I usually do it on Excel. It's the best place where you can actually manage all your content. You can assign keywords and everything. Now, who is going to write the content? The best person to write the content is you. It's your product, nobody knows your product better than you. If you have time, it's best you can write content 1 hour a day, perfect. You will be generating lots of content for your own blog. Otherwise, you can hire from places like Elance, freelancer.com, those freelancing websites. The most important thing about business blog is you have to maintain a schedule. So we talked about like what is the most prominent problem with our social media websites, that we don't update so often. Our Facebook page has not been updated from 15 days. Our Twitter page has not been updated from 10 days. So what happens to the reader psyche? So when reader comes to your blog, they see a good content, you actually raises their expectation. They want to read more from you. But if you don't publish after certain days, they actually stop coming to your blog. So having a proper schedule is very important for your blog. It could be like 2 posts a week, it could be 4 posts a month, it could be 1 post a day. Depending upon how busy or how free you are, you can do that. Consistency and schedule is very important. Apart from that, call to action. So basically, whenever you're writing a blog post, so your blogging is all about engaging with the readers. What do you want your readers to do? Do you want them to answer something? Do you want them to give feedback? Do you want them to share? So you have to actually ask them. You have to actually tell them, share this post on Facebook, or share your opinion about topic that you're covering. Author bio. One of the most important point of blogging is that it actually connects readers to you. And that happens when people know you, like who is the person who's writing behind that. An author box is very useful. After every blog post, an author box is actually connect you to the readers directly. Now, apart from that, what are the ranking factors? So we talked about SEO benefits of blogging. Now, how actually blogging helps in SEO? Now, in last 2 years, after Google, Panda, and Penguin, one of the main thing which has changed, Google actually likes quality content. Now, when we talk about the quality content, in earlier what used to happen, that if your website have few low quality content, Google will actually lower down the ranking of those pages. But after Google Panda update, what Google did, they tweaked their algorithm, and if you have few low quality content, they will actually degrade the whole quality of your whole domain. So basically, ranking of your domain will go down just because of few content. So with the blogging, with the targeted blogging, you actually improve your search engine visibility because you are giving more high quality content. Now, when we talk about the high quality content, what is a high quality content for search engine and for the readers? So one of the most important things, so Apple, how many of you know of Apple? Okay, I'm talking about the apple as a fruit. Exactly. So that's the point. When you're writing about Apple, Apple could be a fruit, Apple could be a company, Apple could be a name of my pet. Now, how do you differentiate, how Google would differentiate what Apple you're talking about? For Google, it's a machine language. They don't know what Apple is. It could be anything. So that's where LSI words come into the picture. LSI words are like more related keywords. So for example, now we have 3 Apple over here. One is company, one is fruit, and one is some brand. Now, if I add apple is very tasty, so that actually when the word tasty comes into the picture, that makes more sense that it's gonna be fruit. When I say apple has 4 legs, that means it's related to some animal. When I say Apple firmware is really nice or new Apple firmware is nice, it actually goes back to the Apple as a company. So the point here is there are certain related words, LSI keywords, that's what we call it. It's very important. Now, how do you find that? So there are many online tools that actually shows you the LSI keyword. Now you must be wondering where and how to use those LSI words. So basically, let's assume one of you or many of you are reseller and you're writing about what is web hosting. Now, when you're writing about web hosting, Google is nothing but it's a machine language. It's an algorithm which is like which has been told like, okay, you have to do this, you have to check this. If this is good, then you will rank him higher. So when you're actually writing about web hosting, there are certain keywords that those algorithms actually look out for. That could in this case that could be shared hosting, dedicated hosting. So more keyword you have, more related keyword you have, your chances of ranking higher. Okay, it's not spamming, it's nothing bad until unless you're not actually doing it excessively. Apart from that, another important benefit of blog is social signals. So basically, when you have some content on your own domain, people like to share it. They like to share it on Facebook. They like to share it on Twitter. They like it to share it on different social sites. So social signal is one of the big ranking factor in 2013 and in future. Why? Because it actually works as a social proof. When I am sharing somebody's content, that means that content is either useful. So when 1,000 people are actually sharing the same content, so Google actually picks up those signals and rank those content. Page loading time, so the faster your blog loads, that's a very big factor. And Google authorship. How many of you, when you Google, you see an author image in the result? So that's Google authorship. And Google authorship is the new way of ranking an article. Not now, but in future, in coming future, the authorship is going to be the most important factor. So that is another thing that you should be implementing. It's very easy. There are plugins in WordPress for implementing Google authorship. All right. So these are the details of my social media.